You are now entering the regenerative livelihoods dimension of the WeLand. At this point of the process, we are aware of how the regenerative paradigm is emerging in the collective field, and we begin to gain insights into how this new paradigm will be developing in our community and our world. It is difficult to sustain this emerging paradigm because we are surrounded and embedded by older, persistent paradigms that resist letting go of structural violence and the privileges that come from them. The regenerative livelihoods dimension proposes strategies to put into practice this paradigm shift, leaving the old paradigms obsolete instead of trying to counteract them. Up until now, the community has clearly defined their collective purpose, and they have identified their different interests, approaches, and strategies to reach this purpose. In this dimension, new collaborations and synergies begin to appear in order to prototype initiatives that are aligned with a shared sense of place. Because of the high degree of trust developed in the community, its members are capable of carrying out actions strategically and agilely. They do so by maintaining the collective purpose in the forefront, working asynchronistically, carrying out interrelated actions at different moments from each other, and in indirect but fluid coordination with the work done by others, also known as stigmergy. In the regenerative livelihoods dimension, communities establish a monitoring, evaluation, and learning process, known as MEL for short, in order to keep evolving the regeneration of place to the next cycle of collective inquiry. Digital platforms can help continue this collective inquiry process without diminishing the importance of in-person gatherings. This dimension is about collectively implementing the strategic plan generated in the previous dimension in a decentralized way. This refers to the mycelium way of networking, where peer-to-peer relations are the basic pattern and where each actor chooses where and how to participate and to which end, generating polycentric structures that increase community resilience and accelerate climate adaptation processes. There are many challenges facing the self-management of communities, and one of them is that the boundaries of place are often purely administrative and rarely take into consideration bioregional boundaries. However, each challenge offers an opportunity for transformation. This transformation happens through the implementation process of the community strategies. For collective implementation to be successful, each actor needs to focus on its own potential and affinities, using all opportunities available to generate new collaborations. The global picture of how the implementation process is unfolding is revealed during community gatherings or through spaces dedicated to monitoring and evaluation and learning. Experimentation becomes the rule in this dimension because there are no clear strategies for how to adapt and adopt the regenerative paradigm in our cultures. Every place will express it in a unique way. We can develop more endogamic strategies, co-created by the people endogenous to the place and that give us very localized and evolving solutions. To complement these endogamic strategies, we can also cross-pollinate with other communities, generating a slow revealing of intricate solutions through intercooperation. Both approaches are important, and they should be carried out in balance in order to build communities with a strong identity of place, yet open to external input. In the regenerative livelihoods dimension, we immerse ourselves in how we experience regenerative action and what we see transforming through this process. In order to do this, we have to define indicators that inform the monitoring process. These indicators should be both qualitative and quantitative so that we can generate a monitoring, evaluation, and learning plan that helps us see the patterns of the collective evolution. Next, we focus on how this culture contributes to regeneration and what relationships contribute to the regeneration of this place. This will help establish a new, dynamic, and resilient network that is not defined by administrative or sectoral boundaries, but is instead ruled by the higher purpose of the community. The implementation dimension can be like a clopening, or closing and opening, of the whole WeLand process. On the one hand, it offers a chance to celebrate shared community identity, and on the other hand, it reveals new challenges and restrictions, therefore feeding into a new cycle of collective inquiry. In summary, during the overall WeLand process, the awareness of the landscape increases, and for the regenerative livelihoods dimension, this is the main source of information to guide the strategies and actions. During the implementation of these strategies, the community becomes a network of allies working in a decentralized way, and the economy becomes the channel in which everything happens. At this point in the process, we can differentiate the layers of the regeneration torus and see how they move synergistically and continually, adding value to the process of change within our communities and our landscapes. Our initial goal of avoiding collapse disappears progressively, opening up space for more regenerative goals that transcend the cycle we have been immersed in for the last half-century. In this last dimension, before starting the cycle anew, we see how the power is redistributed in the community and how every person in the community now has the opportunity to play a significant role in the regeneration of their place, their home. There are no heroes in regenerative processes. only people creating and participating collaboratively towards regenerative transformation. And so the cycle ends, and so it begins again in a never-ending adventure of collective community catalyzation.